Hello everyone, my name is Elliot Hoffenberg and I'm glad to present the pitching competition of the first edition of the Startup Nation Challenge. The Startup Nation Challenge was created on the belief that students can create amazing startups, but they often miss a crucial element for success: diversity. My friend Simon and I live in some of the most innovative countries in the world, Israel and the UK. Unicorns are created every day in those countries, but their conception and their understanding of entrepreneurship is very different. Therefore, that raised the question, what would happen if we combine the best students from those two countries? As a very curious person, I wanted the answer. Therefore, we selected four excellent and very different schools in Israel and the UK. Two in engineering, the Technion and Imperial College, and two in the business side, LSE and IDC. After lengthy recruitment processes, we selected the 10 best person per school, and then we created 10 teams. They didn't know each other. They came from more than 20 different countries, but they all had something in common: a passion for entrepreneurship. But each team were not alone, because they were allocated amazing mentors, both Israeli and British, that were either serial entrepreneurs, managing director of some of the largest funds in Israel, and even founders of unicorns. And they all dedicated their time to help them. In the past 7 weeks, they went through a dozen workshops, mentorship sessions, and they managed to build a project at an incredible speed. This challenge, even if it started at a very simple project, we were impressed by what they have done. 100% of the team will continue their amazing projects, and we will accompany them. And we appreciated so much organizing it that next year we want to continue and want to make this challenge even longer, even more professional, and want to include new universities. And that's why I want to urge you, if you are a student, if you are an investor, an entrepreneur, and you want to be a mentor, to participate in a way, please reach out to us in one of our social media or by email, and we'll make sure to answer to all of them. But this is not the current topic. Tonight is the pitching competition, and this is how it will happen. We will start by small opening speeches, then we'll have an hour of pitches. So each team will have 3 minutes to present their startups, and then they will face 3 minutes of Q&A with our amazing jury. Then the jury will have 20 minutes to decide and to vote, to make their choice. And in the meantime, we're really lucky to have Alex Bouaziz, the founder and CEO of Deal, that I will interview. And then we will for sure announce the results. I would now like to thank the almost 200 people that are here today. And I would also like to thank the team, and especially my dear friend Simon, co-founder, that nothing would have been possible without him, without his passion, motivation, and intelligence. And that's why I will now pass it to him and he will present the rest.
Thanks a lot, Elliot. Hello, everyone. My name is Simon, and I'm the co-founder of the Startup Nation Challenge, along with Elliot. So this challenge exists thanks to the support of many people, but first, I would like to thank Elliot. In addition of being my best friend, he has been a true leader during the entire project. He's definitely the smartest guy I know, and it has been a true pleasure to work with you, mate. So, as Elliot said, the winning teams will win some amazing prizes. The team that will arrive first will win $2,000, as well as a 1-year access to Monday.com and the opportunity to fly to Israel for the UK students and to the UK for the Israeli students. We are able to offer these plane tickets thanks to the Israeli embassy in the UK. I want to thank Her Excellency Ambassador Zipi and her team from the bottom of my heart for supporting the project from day one. The team that will arrive second will win $1,200, as well as a 1-year access to Monday.com. And finally, the team that will arrive third will win $800, as well as a 1-year access to Monday.com. In addition to our amazing prizes, the 3 winning teams will pitch their startup in front of the most prestigious incubators across Israel and the UK, namely the T-Hub, which is the Technion's incubator, LSE Generate, and Imperial's incubator. We are able to offer you this kind of awards thanks to our incredible sponsors: MagicX, Reverso, Ginger, and Aiming. MagicX is an autonomous ad optimization platform for Facebook, Instagram, and Google Ads. They are making advertising budget more profitable by equipping marketers with the best in-class AI technology for omnichannel ad optimization. Reverso provides language tools based on big data and AI for large company and the mass market. And I can only advise you to use it. To be honest, I'm completely addicted to Reverso context for the past 5 years. Ginger software helps to communicate better and faster with AI-based writing tools. And please, if you have 3 minutes, do me a favor and try the rephrasing mode on Ginger. You're gonna see how crazy it is. And aiming, but we're gonna talk about aiming later in the contest. So thanks to our support and their executive, we have been able to meet our needs and to offer the best startups a significant amount of money. Their great generosity and confidence should be highlighted. We also want to thank our partner Monday.com for giving our teams the chance to develop their venture on this amazing software. So the Startup Nation Challenge is all about mentoring, working with today's leader in order to become the leaders of tomorrow. We had the chance to have 10 amazing mentors. They are really busy, but still found the time to commit each week to help a group of students. So thanks to Jimmy Levy, Nir Kouris, Nati Azout, Oren Kaplan, Gali Bloch-Liran, Dr. Maria Blecker, Salomon Ayash, Gideon Shaw, Nathalie Refoua, and our dear Alex Bouaziz. And a special mention for Salomon Ayash and Joseph Horner for being our personal advisor as well. Our participants attended 8 workshops during the program. And on the behalf of the entire Startup Nation Challenge team, I want to thank again Salomon for his workshop on what are the big tech looking for, Oren Kaplan for his tips for new entrepreneurs, Jimmy Levy for sharing his vision on social entrepreneurship, Amos Teshuva on the go-to-market strategy, Ariane Offenberg on the importance of the data, the Creator Fund for helping with the financial forecast, Iran Wagner on how to raise money, and finally, Jeremy Navon for his brilliant pitching masterclass. We also had a chance to be supported by representatives of our schools. Thanks so much to Dr. Yael Adas, the Dean of Economics at IDC, for supporting and advising us from the beginning of the Startup Nation Challenge. A special thanks to Alice Bouaziz for helping us. She's one of the most talented people that I know, and if you're impressed by her brother's success, I can tell you that Alice will join him real soon. So I also wanted to thank the entire Startup Nation Challenge team, namely Anna, Nathan, Daniel, Danny, Kelly, Samuel, Eitan, and Elliot. I also want to thank Carla because she has been an amazing supportress from day one, and I can tell you that she did more than all of us reunited. Finally, the Startup Nation Challenge will be nothing without the participants. They come from 20 different countries, 4 different schools, and many different backgrounds, but they share a common passion for entrepreneurship. These bright students have been working for the past 8 weeks on their venture with one goal in mind: change tomorrow's world. Held on, it's going to be a little bit long. I want to thank Sirimar, Justin, Nathan, Tommaso from Spare, Ferdinand, Chris, Tadeo, and Charlie from Makrverse, Yarden, Sherry, Florin, Aurora from Momentum, Aryeh, Xenia, Eden, and Jordan from Keja, Raphael, David, Sharon, and Mila from Genfood, Joy, Michael, Pedro, and Lucy from Kollab, Michael, Vittorio, Alira, and Mathilde from Rentart, Josue, Rohit, and Gabriel from Medworld, Yegel, Gil, Jeremy, and Luis from Thinkcoin, and finally, Nathan, Guy, Santiago, and Javier from VTC 101. They are truly the superstars of this challenge. I'm going to now give the floor to my dear friend Elliot for the introduction of the jury of the Startup Nation Challenge 2021. Thanks a lot for being here tonight.
Thank you very much, Simon. I would also like to make a special thank you to Carla, to my family, and also to Noah from the embassy, who helped us a lot, especially to show the videos I will show you right now.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to share a message with you all today at the final event of the Startup Nation Challenge. I firstly want to congratulate the organizers of this project, wonderful student leaders from the LSE and Imperial College, as well as from IDC and Technion. In particular, I congratulate Elliot and Simon for creating this landmark program in challenging times. And I'm glad to see it has been a remarkable success. I'm looking forward to see this grow in the future. And we at the Israeli Embassy will always extend our support to such great initiatives. This project not only connects students in the UK to Israel, but it brings students together from over 20 different nationalities, bonding on a natural passion for innovation and creativity. It is indeed these concepts that have given Israel the reputation of being the startup nation. Just last year, Israeli startups broke records, raising $4.9 billion, 5 times what it was 5 years ago. In January 2021, Israeli startups received more funding than in any single month on record, and that's during a global pandemic. And whilst UK-Israel trade increases year on year, Israel is also looking to reach new economies with our new friends in the UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco. So I hope that you will be able to visit Israel soon in person, to experience the special startup culture with your own eyes, and to meet with your new networks. We look forward to welcoming you. I say congratulations to all of you for taking part. Thank you to the mentors and jury, and I wish a special mazal tov to the winners. Thank you.
So now that you have the Israeli ambassador wishing you good luck, the competition must begin. We'd just like to introduce very briefly our jury. So we're lucky to have an amazing and very prestigious jury this year. So first, Fiona Darmon, the managing partner at JVP, Jerusalem Venture Capital. We also have Eran Wagner, the founding partner at I3 Capital. Amalia Berko, the ex-CMO and COO of Sending Blue, and Joseph Horner, a co-founder of MRCs. We have an amazing jury, and they will now present themselves even better. So I'll let the floor to them.
Happy to be with you today and really eager to hear your pitches. My name is Amalia Berko. I am an entrepreneur with strong experience as industry. I was a CMO and COO at Sending Blue. Sending Blue is a leading digital marketing platform for SMBs. We trade $200 million and is being used by almost 200,000 companies all over the world. Today, I leverage my experience in building SaaS businesses from scratch. I help and advise startups and more mature companies fine-tuning their go-to-market strategy. I moved to Israel 2 years ago from France. And here in Israel, I co-founded a business network called Alumni Israel. And this is a community which gathers together almost 700 high-profile Israeli executives from France. And tonight, I'm very excited to see the result of bringing together top students from leading UK and Israeli universities.
Hello to everybody. My name is Josef Ahorner. I've been investing in building companies for over 30 years now. Terrible to say, actually. It's been such a long time. I co-founded Bouaziz in 2000. Building, it's not a startup really. It wasn't really a startup because we took 20 years to build it to where it was finally. So there was a lot of grit and resilience in that. And so I'm also currently, I'm one of the seed investors in Magix. And so I'm already still investing and looking at pitches and interesting ideas. I looked at your pitch decks and I must say I was really blown away about the originality, the ideas, how you tackled the different perspectives that are open today. It's really amazing and I'm looking forward to your presentations. And yeah, that will be at the moment all from me. Thank you very much.
So now you can go next.
Yeah, so hi, my name is Fiona Dalmon, and this is a wonderful event. Elliot and Simon, well done to you guys, and the amazing mentors and my co-judges, and most of all, the phenomenal startups. I even have heard such great stories about all of you. So my name is Fiona. I'm a general partner with JVP, Jerusalem Venture Partners. We're a very large international VC group, been around 27 years, and I'm thrilled to be here. And I look forward to hearing your great ideas. So thank you again for the opportunity.
I'll just start right away. So hello Startup Nation Challenge, we're Kollab, and we will make the best aspects of office space available on one-click collaboration remotely. So as I'm sure you imagine, with the arrival of COVID, there was a lot of work that moved online. Although at the beginning, there was an apparent increase in productivity, this was because people were working more hours rather than being more productive. As it stands now, employers are reporting lack of productivity as a result of insufficient collaboration and communication. But how does this look like? How does video conferencing impact productivity? Well, there's a lot of unnecessary calls. A lot of users just space out during meetings. There's a lot of exhaustion for many hours of video call without a clear agenda. So is there a way to solve all of these issues? So we're introducing Kollab. Kollab is a tool that enables the collaboration environment that occurs in office spaces and brings it remotely. How it works is that you would be able to have instant conversation with your peers and make the best out of the questions and opinions and conversations that usually occur in an office space environment. By going into a room, you would be instantly available to communicate with your peers. By clicking on the microphone or the video call, you can just jump in a call without the need of scheduling or very long over meetings. We operate under a freemium model in which the Pro version has a lot of features that facilitate the operation of traditional collaboration tools. On the first year, we want to reach 1 million users. With a 1.5 conversion rate, they would lead our revenue of 900,000 revenue. This is 1 year after product launch. We want to stay as lean as possible, and that is why we're going with word of mouth, integration with existing apps, and really focus on user experience to really leverage our growth. We want to focus on the UK market, but specifically on those that are using Zoom. Why? Because more than 75% have reported Zoom anxiety, and we think that facilitates that market. The post-COVID market is bound to grow, with 20% of the workforce going remote for at least 3 or 5 days of a week. We want to collaborate with the players out there and sell our product in their marketplaces to be able to reach mass and complement the video conferencing as a whole. We are the best team to get the product out there. We have more than 8 years of experience implementing technology-based projects, and we have both the business perspective and the technical aspects to push the product forward. But we need mentorship and advice from any of you to be able to raise the funds needed to create our MVP and subsequently launch our pilot. We'll open the floor for questions. It was great presenting this idea to all of you, and we look forward to connecting with you in the future.
Thanks so much. So you can now go for the questions.
Can I ask the question, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so go on. I think it's a lovely, novel idea. I think it's fantastic because it's a sign of the times. And basically, the whole collaboration economy, you've moved it also online. Why don't you talk a little bit, understanding what you want to pitch, I guess, understand what you're going to be giving the big service providers, the Zoom, the Teams of the world. Why would they want to collaborate with you? What is the value add you're going to be giving to them? And how does that model work on the back end?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm more than happy to take that question. So they would be happy to collaborate with us because it's very out of scope of their business proposition. As such, if they want to move into this specifically, it would be very costly for them. By introducing us in their business models, they would enable specific rooms in which people could have conversations on the side of the video conferencing calls to make them more collaborative. And that would be done by connecting to their APIs and just utilizing, for example, the iframes that Slack uses with Zoom, in which you're able to use Zoom within Slack. It would be a similar version in which you would be able to use our platform within their app.
Take that another little bit further, and because that sounds good in slogan. So why don't you take it one more step? I think maybe adding a little bit, if I can, on the exposure it's going to give, because it's ultimately increasing their potential exposure base. I think it's going to give to the users of your platform potentially access to like an introduction to additional platforms. I could see this being relevant for the Teams and Google Meet, and with a smaller market share. I think that is maybe a stronger pitch, but an idea, and it's super relevant to these days. So thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. We're going to definitely take note of those opinions and include them in our idea. Any other questions from anyone, teams, or anyone who? I think we all struggled with this issue last year, so I think we all definitely can relate to the issue. I'm more than happy to take questions in regards to the tool or just to anything.
I have a question. You were talking about the MVP that you would design.
Yes.
So would you need already a collaboration to initiate this or make this work? Or
For
can
the
it work
MVP,
standalone? This is what my question really goes to the timeline, you know, when you
definitely
design the timeline, and specifically, I would imagine that the requirements for your MVP technically would be very steep. Maybe I'm missing there. So maybe you can fill us in on.
Okay, yeah, more than happy to do so.
I'm sorry, you
have
have
to
to
do
answer
so.
the timer on the top right.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Rima from Team 1. And today I'll be presenting you Spare, the most clever way to deal with food waste. Did you know that 1/3 of food produced each year is either wasted or lost? This is a huge problem because it leads to deforestation to produce more food, more carbon dioxide being emitted, and also a huge amount of money being lost each year. And the key player in this issue is retail and food services. This is where Spare comes to the rescue. Spare is a dynamic pricing and inventory management system that will help retailers manage their inventory in a more efficient way. Spare will also change prices of perishable products in real time based on the expiry date. On the consumer side, Spare will help raise awareness of food waste and also expiry dates. Our target market will be UK convenience stores, which has a value of $4.19 billion, and we plan to scale up to UK food retail market and in the future. Different because most existing softwares out there, they have features and pricing that are compatible with large supermarkets, but we are focusing on helping small supermarkets. Also, Spare is the only inventory SaaS platform that can change prices in real time. And with data aggregation, we offer our customers a super efficient way to deal with their inventory and product pricing.
Through vigorous testing and discussion, we decided to utilize a subscription model where we will jump into 3 different categories. One with the goal of years. We intend to uphold a customer-centric approach, working closely with stores, developing our pilot. Why now, you may ask? With the rise of big data, we believe we can utilize this and provide our tools to small convenience stores to make their businesses more automated and efficient. Simply by our service using machine learning to suggest a price for an item can save countless hours and costs of manual labor. Most importantly, our business supports sustainability with the goal of combating food waste by suggesting to lower the price of a good based on its expiry date. According to Statista, there are approximately 47,000 convenience stores in the UK, in which we hope to penetrate just over 1% of the market by year 4, resulting in a revenue of $2.7 million. Thank you for listening, and we're ready for your questions now.
May I start? Yes.
Sure, you can.
Yes, I have a question. How do you think, like, the owner of the convenience store, like especially a small one who has already a lot of job, how will we register exactly all the expiry date and like make sure that it requires a lot of job from the convenience store owner? Why do you think he will spend this time, and why do you think this is such a pain point that he will dedicate this time for it?
So what I can say about that is that at the moment, speaking to convenience stores, with regards to the pricing, they were actually paying the price for a good. Let's say they ordered 10,000 shipments of Oreos, they would pay the price Oreo charges, and then they would manually set their own price. So our SaaS inventory platform aims to use a database of barcodes where it will already be implemented on an iPad, on a computer. So once it's been set up and our team can help them do that, then it's just an automated approach moving forwards. And if, for example, they're selling fresh produce like vegetables or meat, they can get notifications saying that this is running out slowly. We suggest using our machine learning algorithm to lower the price to this, to avoid them just having to throw it away.
Can I ask a short question, Elliot, or Joseph, do you want to ask?
You also, yeah, you always have 1 minute to do it.
So Joseph, do you want to ask something, or can I just ask a quick something? Okay, so I just want to make an observation. This is super relevant. Justin, I don't know if you caught The Economist, one of their intelligence podcasts from last week talked about the history of expiry date, goes back to Al Capone in Chicago about a century ago. And it's very, very interesting how many of the companies in the world are being pushed now to change from expiration date to use by date in order to reduce food waste. So you're definitely preaching to an extremely relevant market. I do connect to what Amalia says, and I think you have a great idea here. I think there's definitely a market need. You're part of a trend and a momentum we're seeing in the market. I do think you need to resolve a much easier to use mindset to make this something that's just not just doing good, but it's actually also going to help society. I have just also a general presentation comment, and sorry for putting it out there. Justin, you actually said what the company does in your last 3 sentences, is where you actually said to us, the price is going to go down as we near the expiry date. So just as an observation, you should say that in the first sentence just to capture the audience. But in general, I think you have a brilliant idea. I think the market is ready. I think you do need to sit and think, just like Amalia said, and have a much more practical, usable, sellable, adaptable solution for the small users, the SMEs.
Sorry, we have to go.
Hey guys, I'm Mathilde, so I'm going to share my screen now. So today you're stuck at home with us, I hope it's okay, with dull walls and a never-changing landscape. We found out that due to COVID, more than 50% of the population felt anxious due to ongoing restrictions. And we believe that a shift in the landscape makes for a happier population. Our solution is Rentart, an app that provides you access to diverse trended art directly delivered at your doorstep. You have the option of renting or buying art for any period of time to create the house you want to live in. We want to link you with local artists all throughout the UK because we believe that local communities are necessary now more than ever. Why art? Because with a market of more than £5.9 billion in 2020, it's one of the most lucrative sectors out there. And with market sales rising online, we believe that we want to target a new population of users, a population that believe they just don't have access to art. That population is millennials, with 11 million of them in the UK. We want to create a fun, sexy, easy to use service for them. Our approach is based on a personalized app that's interactive and easy to use. With a personalized quiz, you have recommendation of art every month in your inbox. You also have a customized gallery and you can rent unique art pieces for as much time as you want. Finally, we believe flexibility is the key to give you that. We have a freemium model that gives you access to our main collection with the possibility of buying art at any moment in time. And we also have a premium model that is 100% a year with no delivery fees or entrance cost, and that gives you access to a wider range of arts. Our team experts create this model to create the best art for your living space and to create an exclusive platform just for you. Finally, we can't make this happen without you. Rentart is a service for its users, and it's also rising and using social media because we know that millennials are using more and more social media to buy and rent art. Therefore, we want to create an aggressive guerrilla campaign online and everywhere, followed by a fundraising seed round, and finally a full launch in a year to a year and a half, because we believe the key is acting quickly. But we can't do this without you. So please help us to make your world colorful again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So time to Jerry now.
So I'll be happy to take any questions.
Maybe I can. So I have one question. Actually, I have two. My main question is, how do you, like, the idea is very interesting, and I think we all spend so much time at home that we can understand the desire to have a more beautiful home every day and something that that can change. But how do you think you will handle the fact that, like, art creations could be damaged? Having something on your wall, you take it on, you take it off, like it can be damaged, and these things are unique. So how do you handle this?
So we have an entrance fees that's actually comprised within our financial projection and within our expenses, because we believe that is the key to anything. And actually, we also have competitors, and those competitors are also able to include their insurance within the model. So we think that's feasible, but I totally agree. Art is complicated to manage, but creating a trust relationship with our insurance is really important. Do you have another question?
Just a short one. I mean, there's with art, especially, so it depends, different sizes, you know, the whole logistics, and one major issue with art is hanging. Yeah. So be a too detailed question, but that will be something that you will be faced with when you deliver it. You need people who know how to hang art.
Of course. Within sorry for the lag. Within our premium services, we have a fee especially used for the installation services and delivery, and this allows people with our premium service to avoid the problem of finding people to doing it themselves, or like employing people to build the to install the actual painting or artwork in their house. And within our premium service, we have managed to model a way in which they pay us and we outsource this specific issue to people, workers. Please, if you have a
question in the chat, if you want to answer.
You have 30 seconds.
There is a question that arose, so I'd like to answer to it as well, about the damage. Artists are interesting to enlarge their incomes, and they're ready to take risks in order to enlarge their incomes, because actually today it's really hard for them. And this app allows them to create art that can give them money on a regular basis every month. And this is something they really seek to.
Thanks.
Good evening. Financial education is not a privilege, it's a right. Hi, my name is Aurora Attenborough, and along with my team, Yarden, Lauren, and Sharif, I will be introducing you to the first ever fun, gamified financial learning platform, putting your financial future in your hands. Approximately 70% of the UK population is not financially literate and are navigating personal finances with no idea how to manage their money or how their money can work for them. Current financial learning streams are intimidating, undigestible, and boring. A lack of financial knowledge is not only detrimental to individuals, but also damaging to the economy. At Momentum, we are reinventing financial education. We have created the first ever gamified website that will teach anybody the A to Z of finance. Our modules start from personal finance such as budgeting and expand into investing, taxes, retirement, and more. Momentum uses scientifically proven methods of learning. With 15 minutes a day of active recall learning through gamified Q&A, anybody can gain vital financial skills. It's not about the quantity of time learning, it's about the quality. So why now? An economy fractured by the pandemic, low interest rates, and GameStop. That's why. Our target market is young adults aged 18 to 24 in the UK at a value of £15.98 billion. This is the age that many people start working full-time and is the perfect time to build healthy money habits. Our competitors appear in the entertainment, education, media, and service industries. Momentum combines all of these aspects in one platform and one subscription. Our first validation results show that in our target market, our product is in high demand. 94% surveyed want to learn about finance and are especially eager on personal finance and investment opportunities, but all feel too intimidated and don't know where to start. We are the first website to make financial education fun and time-saving, allowing users to gain important skills while also being connected to a community of fellow learners. Financial education is no longer intimidating or overwhelming. Our business model encompasses our philosophy. We are B2C and B2B orientated. Our freemium business model includes a basic subscription with access to all content that will generate revenue through advertising. We also sell an ad-free subscription for $4.99 a month and a premium offline subscription for $9.99 a month. Our B2B model will work off building mutual partnerships with fintechs and investing platforms, working together to increase the financial awareness of their users. What's next? By the end of this quarter, we'll have our pilot out to our trial market segment, and after our seed A fundraising, we'll expand to include professional services to premium subscribers. There is a saying in the finance world, the best day to take control of your finances is yesterday, and the second best day is today. Well, today is the day. Put your financial future in your hands.
That's great, thank you. So you can go for the questions now.
Great presentation, and I think it's indeed a very hot topic today, especially now that we saw during COVID that so many people started to invest on their own. My question is that there is a lot of competition for free. I mean, it's already possible to find a lot of interesting education for free. Why do you think that the fact that your product would be gamified would be enough to motivate people to pay for it?
Absolutely, absolutely, because gamification not only makes learning fun. So the current financial education that you see on the internet or on Khan Academy or even websites, it is very, very overwhelming. And sometimes people come out of those websites more scared than what they did going into the website. So we want to make it 15 minutes a day where people can have fun and they can also learn from personal finance all the way through to investing and taxes.
But how do you plan to convince people that the game worth it, like that it's really worth spending money because it will be fun? Because at the beginning you don't know that it's gonna be fun. Even if you say it, you're not convinced by it.
So we'll definitely add badges and rewards to people that come back every day, streaks, or the little fire they get. So every day that they learn with us, they get a reward, and then we will reward people for coming back. And we will remind them, hey, you've been learning with us 15 days in a row. You don't want to lose it now. Let's keep going. So we're going to put that edge of excitement there.
If I just may add something, it's also the basic subscription is for free, so people can get an experience of what the gamified method is. And then if they do like it, which I'm sure they will, because it's not just rewarding for themselves in terms of the learning experience, but also financially, if they get better at investing, they will earn back the $9.99 a month easily. And then they can subscribe to a higher subscription to actually gain access to all modules and all features.
And so you have someone in the team who's really an expert at making game of important serious topics like financial education.
We are working with professionals, and yes, because we are all young millennials, we know what we're looking for in gamification. So we're in charge of the fun, and we're in contact with professionals to give the education.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's a great idea and very needed right now. Just a question, is there, maybe I missed it, but is there a community aspect there somehow?
Yes, there is. So we have created a community page where people can connect with each other, learners can connect with each other, and we plan to expand and bring professionals in so they can connect with the learners as well and answer any questions that they have. So it makes it into a service as well as education.
We are Medworld, your health in your hands. Did you know that the third leading cause of death is medical error? 2 years back, when my mother was diagnosed with a brain tumor, we noticed firsthand how bad the state of healthcare is and could easily relate to how medical errors are killing so many people every year. We experienced a fragmented, outdated, extremely expensive, and incredibly disorganized healthcare market. So, how can we change this situation? Our solution is to create a digital healthcare universe connecting patients and healthcare providers using artificial intelligence, making healthcare accessible to everyone, everywhere. Medworld is a decentralized ecosystem that enables secure, fast, and transparent usage of medical resources. We have a SaaS platform for healthcare providers that offers services like hospital management, CRM, and advanced diagnostics, giving them all the tools necessary to stay organized and effectively manage their work. To complement this, we have a user-focused and easy-to-use app for patients that gives them access to services like electronic health records, telemedicine, queue check-in, and emergency services. This platform creates a super connected healthcare ecosystem. Health providers can either connect their own hospital management system or use ours to connect with the SaaS platform. We use a permission-based Hyperledger Fabric architecture for data storage, which ensures complete security and privacy. In terms of market, we are targeting the 640 billion digital healthcare market globally. Our initial go-to market is India, as we see tremendous potential, a 12 billion digital healthcare market with a 400% revenue shift to digital health during this pandemic. Now, how do we make money? Our main revenue will come from the size-based three-tier SaaS subscription model for healthcare providers. The app, on the other hand, will be completely free with just a small service fee charged for online transactions. Later on, we aim to monetize the leads that we generate. Looking at the competitors, there are a few, but we offer a more extended and comprehensive range of services. Most of our Indian competitors are either unknown or even despised by the average patient. Our next goal is to have a working prototype ready by September and sign a major hospital chain by the end of the year. Prospectively, this will be our revenue in the next 3 years, taking into account initial expenses that will reduce over the years. Gabriel, Joshua, and I have the business, technical, and medical expertise to bring this idea into reality. Join our journey as we build the digital infrastructure of the future so that no one will face what my mother faced. Thank you. We welcome any questions.
Who wants to start?
Amalia.
Okay. Very interesting, especially in those times when we see that the health ecosystem, health digital ecosystem, I would say, varies so much according to countries and is also knowing major change. I think we can say that in almost all countries. My question is that you plan to develop a very, very comprehensive suite which will take a lot of time to really develop. Where do you want to start? Like, which are the first milestones in terms of product for you?
Yeah, so if you show the tech architecture, Gabriel, so these are the features that we initially plan to have. And to start off with, we would definitely want hospital management, advanced diagnostics, and patient management to start off with, because that would be the glue with which we attract more patients. And as more patients are coming in, we will have all the various services like insurance management and telemedicine, and these could be added on as time progresses and we have a lot of user base. So initially, we would definitely start with hospital management and patient management, as that is the core of our solution.
So I will drill in deeper there. This really is a big idea, and I think it's a great idea, but it's a long journey. And so my question would also be, where's your first step? I mean, what's the MVP here? I mean, getting into a hospital and getting into their system sounds like a first logical step, yes, but how do you convince them? I think that it will take too long to answer that right now, but that would be one of the things where I see difficulty, because it's, even if, I mean, if I look at your tech matrix there, it's overwhelming. Who's good? There's so many people who have to say yes, you know, organizations like hospitals, they have to engage with you. How are you going to convince them? And this is why it's always good to have like a starting place on which you can build. And that would be my question, but maybe later on when we elaborate and go more in depth, we can explore that more. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for that question, but we do have an initial strategy in mind. We have we've chosen the region of Kolkata as we've already have a lot of surveys in place. So we have a strategy in mind, but we'll definitely reach back to you when when we discuss more further. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Medworld. So now let's go.
Okay, everyone, who here had such an amazing idea? And it was so amazing, and you know, you had full of research, you were so happy, your idea was so fire, but just all of a sudden, you know, the idea just didn't end up working out. I don't know, you forgot about it, something else happened, and maybe it was too much money, you know, it just got lost in the sand. Introducing Thinkcoin. So our process is actually a cryptocurrency blockchain system where you supply the ideas, it gets verified on our servers by miners. The miners send the mined ideas to the bank of ideas. And if you want to access the bank of ideas, you have to buy Thinkcoin. So it's a very simple system where quantity and the quality of ideas increase the price of Thinkcoin. So the more ideas we get, the more quality there is, the more people want to have demand for the Thinkcoin. So you definitely want to be a Thinkcoin holder. Other cryptocurrencies use tons of electricity, and we're actually green. We're good for the environment. The only electricity we use is the electricity you use in your brain to think of how to mine the ideas. And this is all part of the job trend, because you can see that the job trend here is following non-routine, non-analytical, and this is income for everyone, from the depths of the lowest poverty nations to the highest wealth nations. Anyone can be a miner, anyone can be a part of the system and generate income. We have tons of marketing channels. I want to go straight to this marketing channel. We're going to be having one of these works is going to be a huge introduction to 100,000 people. We're going to present Thinkcoin. We have a solid business model. First, we're going to be doing affiliate marketing, because you know, a lot of people need to get involved in cryptocurrency. So we're going to import a lot of people into this model, newly minted tokens and transaction fees. So this basically sounds like we're creating this big network like the Libraries of Alexandria. Now, in order to get into this Library of Alexandria, you need to give us Thinkcoin in order to get to entrance. And I know this sounds really crazy. You know, we're making a cryptocurrency. We're making the Library of Alexandria online, but actually it's already, we made it. We have the cryptocurrency, we have the login area, we have the Library of Alexandria. Here's screenshots of everything we've built already. It's all ready for you guys right now. And I really want everyone part of this competition, everyone to be part of it. And that's why we're gonna give you Thinkcoin today. So every group, everyone receives three coins. And you know, actually I was watching all of you guys did an amazing work so far. So instead of 3 coins, everyone gets 10 coins. Yeah, you're gonna get 10 coins. Go to crypto.pylongates.com, press get started. It's gonna show you exactly how to get Thinkcoin. We're gonna help you get started. We're gonna help you get your wallet, your cryptocurrency wallet, and we're gonna send you Thinkcoin. Thank you very much. And I really hope you guys are excited and you're really gonna enjoy the Libraries of Alexandria. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm on the team of Yagel as well. We just had an issue with the slides. Unfortunately, wasn't able to share. But now for any questions, yeah, we'll help you out if you have any questions. So sorry about that. Big issue with the slides. And thank you all for being here. Really, I'm impressed by the number of participants. So thank you everyone for being here. Amazing ideas of everyone.
So Jory, you must have a lot of questions on this.
Not even one slide to kind of give us a look.
Yagel, could you share it now, please?
Nah, don't worry.
So guys, so is it based on blockchain functionality? Is there a blockchain somewhere? You need a network, right?
So currently we created what is called an ERC20 token. And so it's based on the Ethereum blockchain. And so we haven't created our own blockchain yet. However, it's in the plans. As of today, it works as a regular cryptocurrency, and there are hundreds of ERC20 tokens out there. And it works perfectly. Yagel, also, if you could go back to the slides, explains everything. I think it'd be a bit more clear for everyone.
And Yagel, you said no electricity. I mean, Ethereum blockchain uses electricity, right? I mean, you piggyback on it, but
Yagel, you're on mute.
Yagel, you're...
Yeah, so actually when people confirm the ideas themselves, they're going to get put onto the blockchain and onto our websites. So we're going to try to limit as much electricity usage as possible. And in that way, people will actually have to be using their own brains to come up with figuring out if the ideas are legal, if they're not copyright issues, any issues with the ideas before they get published to our network.
Yagel, maybe show the previous slide. That way I think it'll be clear for everyone. There we go.
So we have the processes already, and yeah, I was supposed to, have a great idea, and then it just goes horribly wrong. But you can still send us all of your ideas, and we'll put it onto our cryptocurrency network. We'll give you cryptocurrencies. We have everything ready. Our cryptocurrency is launched. We just need your Ethereum wallets, and we'll send you our Thinkcoins, and you'll have access to everything here.
Also, our go-to-market strategy is to hit every hackathon we can in Israel at the moment, starting with this one, offering everyone Thinkcoin that wants one from any group that's participating, and then to move on to the next hackathon we hear about, and offer them the same thing. Do you guys have any further questions?
Okay, can you see the presentation? Yep.
Hey guys, so most of you here today are college students, right? And what is one thing all of us have in common? We all love food. So let's not waste it. My name's Jordan, and I'm here joined by Arya, Ksenia, and Eden, and we're here to tell you about our app, Keja. Let's start with some numbers. $1 trillion worth of food is wasted globally every year, which means that an average of $1,800 worth of food is wasted per household, as 83% of people forget their food in the fridge. The waste management market is exponentially growing and is projected to be around $52.12 billion by 2027.
So we found that the problem within this promising market is that people can't find a tool to manage expiration dates, and therefore we had to come up with a solution, and that's Keja. Keja is a user-friendly app that manages expiration dates and allows you to reorder products. And let's jump in, how does it work? First, all your products are automatically added to your fridge. We're partnering with supermarkets so that after you shop your groceries, the products are directly added to your Keja fridge. Then you can use your app to track expiration dates and therefore reduce the amount of food waste in the world. Lastly, you will be able to also, within the app, reorder products in one single click.
Who will use Keja? We are targeting three main types of customers: students who don't have so much time and money to waste, families with children who care about their health, and family with low income who can't afford to throw food away. How we will acquire these customers? We will use several ways, such as social media advertisement, SEO, or via the supermarket partnerships. Take, for example, a student like Liam. Liam wants to make dinner and realize that all the food in his fridge is already expired. This happens frequently to him, and he wants to find a solution. He Googled it and he finds Keja. Now Liam is tracking his expiration date and we are the product every time he needs. He doesn't throw food away anymore.
Partnership with supermarkets and food retailers makes Keja unique. You can ask us why supermarkets would be interested in working with Keja. Okay, we allow supermarkets to reorder products for Keja, advertise them in the app, and also we allow them to sell outstanding products, which would otherwise be wasted at our app. I have one question.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's once again a very interesting topic. Second time that we're talking about waste. My question is that there was a time in the presentation when you said that people can't find a tool to avoid wasting. But my question is, do people really look for a tool? Like, how do you really penetrate the market? How do you get people? Do you know what is the search volume of people looking for this kind of tool? Like how to start?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we've made a survey and we found that it is a problem. So for example, a lot of people throw food away once a week or more frequently. And that's why one of our target customers is going to be students. Others are going to be families with low income. So these are people that need to save this money or need their food or need to save this food. So there is a need. So and we believe that there is a market. And we believe that is the best way to target it. If that makes any sense. Like we can see also here. Sorry, I was looking for this one. That many people just can't be bothered to control expiration dates, but they are aware that it is important, and that it's something that they want to be better at, and it's hard for them to find a way to do it. Did that answer your question?
By the way, the exact figure is, and there was this podcast I listened to last week, that over 30% of the food you buy, you throw away just because you can't be bothered to deal with it. Fresh in the bags, most cases.
Yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. I think we had it.
Are you able to put like quotes on the slide, because we also made interviews with potential customers, and I think we have like a slide with several quotes.
Yeah. This is an actual problem. There has been some research done of it. It's just like some apps exist, but the thing is that they don't they either give you one thing or the other. They help you somehow manage expiration dates, but it's like very hard. Like with those apps, you have to like scan every product. Like you come from the supermarket and you have to scan every product. We are partnering with supermarkets so that when you check out and you pay, like all products are automatically added. Like it's completely effortlessly. You don't have to do anything about it. You just go home, everything is added to your fridge.
I think the thing is that we all agree that this is a massive global need. I think the trick is really going to be how to make it effortless, because just like people don't like to remember what's in the back of their fridge or in their vegetable drawer, no one's going to look at the expiration date. And I think, by the way, the previous team talked about barcodes. Barcodes is typically hard coded and don't include the data. So until I think the big trick will be either making it seamless, some form of a scanning mechanism or special link, or I'll leave that to your brilliant brains to think about it. Or another one is to push for regulation, which definitely in certain countries like Northern Europe will probably be faster, or Germany, some form of regulation to require that the expiration is part of the barcode or the QR or the such.
Time for the next team, sorry.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Well done, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Raphael, and I'm going to be presenting you with Genfood. I'm going to start by telling you the story about 4 friends, Alex, Sarah, Mary, and Sam, and their experiences with food delivery. Alex is a venture capitalist. and is allergic to peanuts, but does not know what dishes contain nuts. Sarah is a data scientist and is following a very strict gluten-free diet and wants to know what restaurants are compatible. Mary is a trader in the city and does not have time to scroll through dozens of restaurant options. Finally, Sam is a student on a student loan and does not want to waste money when it is not necessary. Despite the fact that they are not satisfied with current food delivery apps, they continue to order delivery because it is practical and they need to, like all of us. Honestly, who hasn't already complained about their food delivery and always feels like they're ordering the same thing? This should not be the case. In an age where Netflix can remember what type of movies you like, why can't your food delivery app do the same? This is where we come in, allowing the friends to continue ordering food, but solving these problems. Here is the solution, Genfood, the world's first personalized food delivery aggregate app, built for the generation of food delivery. Genfood takes the time to learn your preferences from the moment you create an account, gives you recommendations based on your past orders and preferences, eliminates time wasted finding what apps deliver your restaurants, and optimizes your order by finding the best delivery service to use for your particular basket based on different criteria. And finally, allows you to curate a profile to connect with other food enthusiasts. So, Genfood is personalized, optimized for cost and time, informative with nutritional information, and allows you to stay connected through your food-centric presence on the app. We will be using a model similar to platforms such as Booking.com and Skyscanner by charging the delivery apps a commission based on the order value. The first year is intertwined with our go-to-market strategy, where we will be bringing our partner apps traffic. We will not be charging commission until we are established, slowly incrementing commissions from there. Delivery services spend an enormous amount on customer acquisition. So once we are bringing them traffic, we will be in a position to negotiate commissions. Here are a few key figures for you to understand our pilot market in the UK. We have chosen the UK as a pilot market for two key reasons. Firstly, the UK is responsible for 40% of European food delivery revenues. It is thus growing and viable and forecasted to continue this trend beyond COVID-19. Given that one of our features is comparison, it makes sense to choose a market with multiple delivery services. Just briefly, this is our team. So please, don't hesitate to follow up after this presentation. It's not too difficult to fix the problems with the current food delivery situation. So what are we waiting for? We need $200,000 in pre-seed funding, which will cover our initial setup costs and first-year marketing costs. Vote for us to start eliminating the unnecessary pain around getting your food to you.
Thank you so much. So three minutes question now.
When you went back to touch on the summary points, I think 3 slides from the end, I think you missed one more before that. I think one more. Yeah, there you go. I think the connected is probably one of the stronger features there because, and we can talk about this afterwards, there's a lot of aggregating apps. I think you should definitely put a lot more emphasis on that because you can already put a lot of preferences out there. I think it's a great idea. I think it's novel. I think you need to fine tune the edge. And I definitely think that you're onto something nice there with the connectivity and the ability to recommendations and networking among friends. There you go. This mock-up is fantastic. This mock-up alone, far more than all your opening slides, would actually get me excited to potentially invest, just as a thought for you. But I'm sorry, I gave that as a general comment. Joseph, Amalia, if you have any questions, go for it.
I agree.
No, it was me.
Something that I looked at in your, and that was uploaded, the deck that was uploaded. And yeah, I see also a lot of opportunities to expand on that idea. It's nice. Good work.
Today there is no competition on this?
No, none of these apps for the time being allow you to, fill in if, I don't know, you're on a keto diet or you're allergic to nuts or even more refined preferences. None of these apps allow you to do that.
You'll have a hard time with the margins. I think that's just a general comment, is that this is a very, very, very low margin business. And in general, after COVID, well, COVID did good for many of these takeaway apps, but the margins is something you're going to have to tackle. What is the extra you're giving? Who are you going to charge for it? As you've already mentioned, it's hard to charge the restaurants. You've got a lot of good ideas. I think you just need to think how it's going to be pushed versus the giants that are out there. I like the personability, but I think you're going to have to find who's going to pay for the extra features, because you can roll it onto the customers if they're getting something really valuable out of it, like you're talking about the personalized. You can maybe add health. I didn't like the fact that calories are there, but that's because I hate counting calories and so on.
I mean, there are multiple ways to sort of monetize this. Everyone data, whether you then go for pay-per-click option when you send them to an app. There are loads of ways of monetizing these types of apps.
Sorry, it's time. So next startups, go for it.
Hear me? Amazing. Hi, everyone. Allow me to start with a tragic story. This is Alexander Kern. He was a 20-year-old university student, and like some of us, he traded on the stock market up until June 11th, 2020. When checking his trading account on that day, he saw a negative balance of over $700,000, and the next day, he committed suicide. In a note left behind, he explained that he didn't know what he was doing, and that the wrong trades he did cost him his future. In reality, he didn't lose any money. What happened was that he wasn't properly trained to read his balance report. Now, this is an extreme case in which lack of training led to the loss of life itself. But in many cases, trading by inexperienced traders leads to loss of livelihood, and we want to change that. Introducing the Virtual Trading Challenge, the fantasy league of investing. The goal of our venture is to create virtual trading challenges, or VTCs, within universities between students in order to introduce financial market in a gamified way. The winner in these challenges will be determined not only by looking at their returns, but also by taking into account the risk that they took along the way. Now, in terms of numbers, since we plan at a later stage to roll out the challenges to the general public, we are looking to generate just under 70 million euros annually after only 5 years, while the initial needed investment is relatively low, mainly due to the fact that we don't have to build our own trading platform and will simply serve as an affiliate for an existing trading platform. We're already speaking with numerous platforms such as eToro that just went public with a valuation of over $10 billion in the intention of later converting some of our competitors to real-life traders on their platform. Now, you're probably wondering about our go-to-market strategy, and it's simple, really. We are currently in the process of recruiting a network of sub-affiliates that will receive a share of the registration fee based on the number of registrations they generate. We've already received very positive feedback from student unions in the USA, UK, Switzerland, and Israel, and by leveraging on influencers that are active on social media, we'll be able to get our message out there relatively quickly. The plan is to launch our first trading challenge in less than 6 months from now, and as you can see, we already went live with a landing page to collect initial registrations, and we invite you to join us. Thank you very much, and here's our contact information if you want. Any questions?
First off, just a technical question. So people engaging in this challenge, they are trading real markets, right? So but it's simulated. So they're simulating, but they are trading in real markets, or what type of markets are they trading in?
So exactly, it is the real markets. It's paper trades. So
Sure.
it's virtual money, but on the real market, so that we can give them hands-on experience in the financial markets.
And you would be targeting students at the beginning?
Yes, the idea is first off to target students. We already had a very good reception and feedback from different universities. Students that don't know where to start to invest, or are just too scared to start in the financial markets today. And later on, we want to enlarge our audience to a more broader general public.
To which extent do you think students have both money and time? I mean, I guess you're very busy studying and most of you don't have that much money. So why I wouldn't say a standard student would be interested to spending time on this.
So we actually have 3 different competitions with that vary in entrance fees and length with different prize money, of course. The first one is a €10 entrance fee for a duration of a month to see this is really the entry level. And then the more advanced one is €100 with a prize money of €5,000, and it goes over the 3 months of a semester. Now, we also have a 2-day demo, which is free, so that you know if you enjoy the experience or not, and you can really try it out and try out our app. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, I understand that the fee to participate the competition is not high, but like, was it is one of your like concern as a student to, you have many things to do. Why start playing such a game? Because it's not a top priority. This was my question.
So the thing is, if you invest over a short period of time, a lot of professional and analysts will argue that it's luck. The results that you get are luck, based on luck, which is why we're taking the risk factor into account. But also we are making the entry competition a minimum of a month to really give an idea of what investing is really like, and not just day trading, as they call it.
Maybe a different answer that I can offer, hi, Eran Wagner, sorry for joining a little bit late, is that the same people spend hours every day playing all kinds of games. Maybe they'd be happy to play this game and learn a life skill, which they may translate one day into real profits.
Yeah.
Time for the last team, guys. So can you please? Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Ferdinand, and this is Charlie. Charlie's a tech enthusiast, passionate about the latest tech, and consumes all the tech content he can through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit. On these platforms, he can't truly engage with anyone, as he can only comment, like, or subscribe. Wow, have a look at that lightsaber. He looks for places to buy these products, but all he finds are crowdfunding platforms where he will either get what he wants in a couple of years, if he gets it at all. Charlie just wants to buy the cool stuff from the YouTube videos, and who can blame him? The stuff is awesome. When looking at the tech-making community on YouTube, it becomes clear that Charlie is not alone. The top 10 tech-making YouTube channels have amassed over 40 million subscribers and more than 5 billion video views. And that is just the top 10. These are comments from just one video. Do you see a trend here? Everyone wants to buy what is being shown in the YouTube video. Now, let's be honest. Tech enthusiasts are being ignored and they're frustrated. And we feel their pain. And Charlie is actually part of our team. We all love tech. Our team can't help but wonder, what if? What if there was a place made for tech enthusiasts to meet makers, a place they could truly call home, a place where they could exchange ideas and projects with each other. That is why we created Makrverse, the making universe.
Makrverse provides a platform for tech enthusiasts to connect with makers. But what do we really mean by this? Well, Charlie, who, as you remember, had all sort of problems with the alternatives, logs on to Makrverse, and immediately he has access to all sorts of inventions. He can not only keep up to date with the latest inventions from his favorite makers, but he can also find new makers every day to get access to every different type of invention there is. With just 3 clicks, Charlie can select the invention he likes best, and he's ready to check out. Now, obviously, we're not just about an idea. After all, our whole ethos is about turning ideas into reality. So what have we actually done so far? Well, over the course of the last week, we launched our alpha, and we've gained almost overnight 75 users. And at the moment, there are 20 items on there, ranging from Wi-Fi jammers to robot hands. And what do we plan for the future? We want to start the process of getting incorporated as soon as possible. Furthermore, we will have a payment system set up within the month. We aim to release a mobile app as our beta by September, and at that point, we also aim to secure pre-seed funding of $200,000. A year from now, we plan to have surpassed 100,000 users, and in the summer of 2022, we plan to raise seed funding of $2 million. We are focusing mainly on digital, influencer, and guerrilla marketing. We already have social media platforms set up, we've contacted influencers, and we've planned several ways to go viral in the tech community. So come join us at Makrverse.com, where the future is just one click away.
Loved it. So go for the questions.
Love it.
Thank you.
I think it's because I have a son who's probably one of those 75 subscribers.
Well, yeah, there's definitely an appeal. I mean,
so just sorry. Yeah. Listen, just one question for me, and then I'll let the others then of course go deeper than me. You said we want to set up a payment system. I think ultimately you've created an enabling platform. It's going to be a connector between all these people who have crazy ideas. You'll probably have loads of recommendations, and people that have those home 3D printers and have done it. So you're going to probably have recommendations. You're going to have people putting things on the platform. You're going to be hooking up. So ultimately, I think you're a facilitator. You're not going to have to manage inventory, and I think in a perfect world, you're also not going to have to manage payment, because I think what you need to think through, and I'd be curious to hear your answer, is how do you plan to make money off this? Because it ultimately, for this to take off at the speed of the light, it really, I think, needs to be a facilitation platform where you're taking a small margin. But I'd be happy to hear your thoughts on how you've thought that through. Well, how are you going to make money? Who are you going to charge?
Absolutely. So we're going to be charging a 10% commission from the person selling the product. And exactly. And so further down the line, we plan to also make a premium service, because if we have more users and let's say there's a product up that a lot of people want, the premium users will get the product first, they will get quicker shipping, and they will just get overall preferable treatment. And what I would also like to point out is that it's like what you said is a great point, that it's an enabling platform. We wanted to build a platform where Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak would have gone to sell their first Apple ones. So,
okay, so I'm gonna challenge you a little bit further. If you look at the difference, there's a huge difference today between eBay and Alibaba. I don't know how much, or AliExpress, I don't know how much you know this. In the case of eBay, it's many to many, and it doesn't go through a central system, whereas AliExpress goes through a central delivery, central payment, central everything. So I want to focus you a little bit more, because you said, are you going to be setting up the payment and going to be in the middle doing the money management? Or to get onto the platform, you're going to charge a small fee and then let everything be many to many?
Well, incredible question. So we're going to have it many to many. And in my opinion, that's the best way of like hitting the ground running. And also we, that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit it many to many. The platform is going to be ready in around 3 weeks. And actually we plan to have, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. It's going to be many to many, and we actually have
time is up. Sorry.
The community aspect is huge, and that's one of the biggest points where it's going to set itself apart, because we have a community page where people can exchange ideas with each other. So that's like the big idea behind it as well. Thank you.
For those who don't know Alex Bouaziz, he's the founder and CEO of Deal. Deal is an amazing company that facilitates so for companies to hire globally. He was also one of our mentors at the Startup Nation Challenge, and he was the mentor of the last team, so Makrverse, the before last team, the one about Turbots. So he's now here just to discuss about his career as an entrepreneur, and also to give you guys some advice on the next step to create your companies. So first, Alex, can you please briefly present yourself and present Deal as well?
Sure. Thanks for having me. It's been really fun to work with the guys and see how much progress they've made. So yeah, I'm Alex. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Deal. I'm an entrepreneur. I built a couple companies in the past. Recently started Deal about 2 years ago. The idea, like you mentioned, is that we enable people to hire anyone, anywhere. So if today you have global teams, I think Charlie in my team was in Mexico and Ferdinand in Israel and someone else in the UK. So the word is going global and we want to empower that. So the idea is that if you want to hire anyone anywhere, whether it's as an independent contractor, as a full-time employee, we offer you the ability to do that in a couple minutes. And yeah, like you said, we've raised a decent amount of money. Today we've raised about $200 million from some pretty big investors like Andreessen Horowitz or Y Combinator. We're a team of 130 supporting over 2,000 companies globally. And yeah, I'm excited to hopefully support some of the companies we had today at some point when they're ready for hiring.
For sure, because we have teams that are so global, so you might help them. So as you said, Deal's mission is to help companies hire everywhere, and our mission is to help entrepreneurs starting ventures with people from anywhere and everywhere. So what do you think are the key advantages of having multicultural teams, and how was it to really mentor like a team with students coming from 4 different countries and living in 2 different places?
Yeah, the way we look at it is talent is everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. If you take me as an example, I'm from France. I grew up there and then I moved to Israel, to the US, to the UK, to Spain, right? So like throughout my life, I've met so many amazing people and their location never really mattered. It was more about, their brains and who they are from a culture perspective. So the idea that you build a company that's limited to a 30-mile radius for me is completely crazy, right? You should be looking for the best talent out there and never look just, within who can actually walk to your office. That to me is not the best criteria when hiring people. So, I'm very fond of that. And, for me, it was quite interesting. All of them being from different countries. You saw that they were so talented and they all had the same mindset. It didn't matter where they were from. They were all in the same kind of like mind frame, and you can see what they built in the space of 4 or 5 weeks, although I think they could have done more and they know that. I think they've built something pretty amazing, and I'm excited to see what they build. And yeah, it's this diversification of talent, thoughts and culture is what enables them to go so fast.
That's great. Thank you so much. And also, one of the reasons I directly contacted you is that you're, I think, the only mentor that is alumni of 2 of our schools. So you started at the Technion for bachelor, then MIT for master's, and then you came back for our second school at Imperial. I was wondering what do you think each of these academic experiences brought you, and how did all these experiences help you in your current position? What did you learn in all of these stages?
Yeah, they were all pretty great. Technion, I went to Technion pretty early on. So I joined there for my bachelor. I was only 16 years old. So it really shaped me, going away. And, that Israeli mentality, it's pretty fun. They're all a lot more, a lot older after the army. So it really shaped me from a work perspective and from an ethic perspective. They work really hard there. And the mentality they have is really strong and very robust, which it definitely helped me quite a bit. MIT was a totally different experience. This is where I met my co-founder, actually. It's a lot less execution driven and a lot more creative, which is quite helpful. They have, from helping you develop some of your early business idea to bartender teaching classes. So they're very pro creativity, which has been quite helpful. And then Imperial College was where I did my PhD. So it wasn't a totally different. Eventually I did drop out of my PhD to build companies, but it was a lot more around research and going really deep into one subject. So I think they all brought different experiences to me for sure. They're all amazing schools. So I'm really excited that you're tying all of them together and a few additional ones.
For sure. We'll try to add some more. We'll try to add the MIT next year for you. But so you were saying that you created several businesses and started before Deal. So I was wondering what worked well and what didn't, and more generally, what are the key takeaways that from these experiences as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I'm still in the very early stage. Deal. It's very cool to be a big company. It's very cool to reach some of the stages that we have, but we're still a very small company. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. What I've learned in my career is most importantly, you need to fail fast. And I think this is something that the guys did pretty well in their project. Is they iterated through their ideas really fast. You shouldn't be attached to an idea. You should be attached to results and to traction. So always try to go as fast as you can. This is a concept we have internally called deal speed, actually, where we go really fast and we do everything as fast as we can to test the market really fast and understand what works and what doesn't. So that's number one. So don't be afraid to fail. God knows how many times I have. So everybody does. The second thing I would say is a lot of grit. So, startups are hard. It's hard to build. It's fun when you start and when you get going, but there's a lot of rough times, and you gotta hold yourself together and make sure that you go through those rough times, because there's always a brighter tomorrow, and it really is a roller coaster. You go from one amazing news, one amazing sale to messing up everything with your customer or something a day after. So it is a roller coaster. So those are the main two things, and yeah, hard work. I think work-life balance is important, but not for founders and not early on. So just work really, really hard and outwork and out-hustle everyone.
So how exactly do you manage to be so productive, and what is exactly deal speed, the process that you implemented?
I don't know about so productive. Productivity is a different thing. Deal speed is the idea that if you could do something now, do it now. Don't push it to tomorrow. So just get stuff done. And this is like a mentality within the company. It's in the culture of the company. We care about our customers. We care about our teammates. We want to get stuff done. We want to get them done fast and get them right. And where a lot of the companies around us would wait a day or two to answer their customers, we'll answer to you straight away. Where some of the companies will plan 2-3 weeks to build a product and plan for it, we'll just build it. So it's all about being biased to action. Get shit done and then see what happens.
I just need to say this because I was honestly impressed when I first started to reach out to you. Alex is the most responsive guy I've ever seen in my life. I think he's more busy than he's 10 times more busy than me, and he's 10 times more responsive than me. So I don't know how he's doing this, but you're impressive on this part. So you were saying productivity, and what do you think really helps you to take deal and make it such a great success and scale it? Not only to have the idea and reaching productivity, but also founding teams and having such a clout over it.
Yeah, there's a few things. The first one is team. So we hire amazing people. If you meet the people in our team, they're just crazy talented, and they're excited to change how the future of work works and how the world is going to be shaped to some extent, and how people will hire in the future. That's number one. Number two is everything we do it for scale. So we always think, hey, you build that thing, what's going to happen if you have 1,000 times more people using exactly that? Is it going to break? If so, rethink about it. So everything you build it for scale always. And the last thing is customer obsession. So generally, we're very, very customer obsessed, and customer experience is the most important part for me. And honestly, when we started the company, the product was not great. Still a lot of things to fix today, right? And I think a lot of the early non-churned users, a lot of the customers didn't churn because we cared. We were here. We answer. We'll move mountains for our customers. So I think, yeah, hiring great people, moving really fast, caring for your customers is the most important thing.
For sure. And I just see Farid saying that you have to move fast and break things.
There's a stage where when you have too many customers, you don't break things anymore, and you shouldn't break things. But yes, it's a good concept.
But I remember the first time I attended your first mentorship session for Makrverse. You just told them, I was impressed also by how productive you were, in the sense that you didn't take time just to explain your stuff. You were directly cutting out and taking the most important stuff and telling them that their idea were not as good as they were thinking, and directly identifying the pain points. And when I was talking to them, they told me that the main thing that they learned from you is that you help them to set concrete goals and focus on what's important. What would be at this stage for their startup, what would be the key advice for our 10 teams to continue and to succeed like you did?
Yeah, I think I learned a lot actually at Y Combinator myself, who has kind of a similar mindset, which is remove all the bullshit, right? I remember them really early on. I think they still come to me with that every now and then. For some reason, it's they want to incorporate, they want to make their terms and conditions, they want to write all those. It's so useless until you actually have something that actually works, right? It's just a waste of time. So my view on this is very simple: is cut out all the fluff, cut out all the things that are not actually useful, get to a point, see if your customers like your product, be truthful to yourself, because it's very easy to think, oh, this guy doesn't get what I'm building, or maybe it's not the right persona. Sometimes it is not the right persona, but don't lie to yourself when you're actually building. Just be truthful, and something's not working, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just change and move into something else. And yeah, at the very beginning, just focus on your goals. So I think, some of the goals that I was trying to help them get is, hey, build the MVP, how much are you going to cut out? What's the simplest MVP you can have out to actually test your idea? Or how many people are you going to have next week? And if you set those goals for yourself, if you don't make it, then you'll feel like shit. So what you'll end up doing is you'll make it, or you'll try your best to actually get there.
Yeah, one thing I want to say on behalf of the team, like, thank you for your mentorship, Alex. And like, really, half an hour with Alex was like 8 hours with anyone else. Like, it was super efficient, to the point, and it brought us further than with anyone. So thank you so much, like, on behalf of the entire team.
Some of them are here. Don't be rude to them.
That's the good moment to say it. So you gave them advice on how to really be proficient and do things well. I have also a question on, so are many journalists and entrepreneurs that criticizes the rush in raising large amount of funds when making your startups from the beginning. And they usually explain that it might be detrimental to an entrepreneur, but also because he loses equity, but also to the company because they would thrive, like they can thrive a long time without any making money, so without a viable business model. So you just created Deal a year ago, and 2 years ago, yes, sorry, bad information, fake news. But on the last year, you've raised almost 200 million. Am I right on this part?
Yeah, on that one, you're right. Yeah. Look, I think every company is very specific. Every company is very special. There's reasons why we do what we do, and it's not driven by money. It's not driven by greed. It's driven by opportunity, and it's driven by market and by needs of the company. So, my way of fundraising is a little different. I try not to fundraise when I need money. That's actually the worst moment to fundraise for any funder. You need to fundraise when it's right for the company, when the right partner is in front of you that you want to work with for the long term, right? A lot of those times, those people become your board members and they affect the company in lots of different ways. So I think, this very generic advice is pretty useless. I think every single company is its own thing, and you got to look at things one by one. And for us in the market we are, given the growth that we're seeing right now, not doubling down on the market would be pretty silly. Plus, raising around like we did is definitely more than just money. There's definitely things that are happening behind the numbers, and there's definitely purpose to it. So yeah, I think generic advice don't usually work. I think you got to look at things one by one, and for Deal, it feels like the right thing to do. You're on mute, Rob. Don't mute it yet.
Sorry, I'm always doing this. Always got confused with Zoom. I'm not very technology. If you guys, so thank you already so much for your time. If you guys have any questions for like the public for Alex, you can go for it right now. And otherwise, we'll bring the jury back to announce who will be the winners. But already, Alex, I cannot thank you more for spending time as our mentor for our team. I cannot thank you more for being also coming here tonight and to make this little interview.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. It was really fun, and yeah, you should get a couple more schools and bring some other great people on together to build those companies. Let's see which one makes it big.
For sure. So the jury is getting back. Step in, Jeremy. Oh yeah, we're lucky to have Jeremy as well. So maybe you can both come. Jeremy was one of our speakers and the founder of Pitch My Startup. And he helped all the teams, and especially to refine and make very nice pitch decks. So what do you want to say?
I just want to say that I was really impressed by all the pitches. The quality of the pitches, the slide decks were amazing. Seriously, I do a lot of those hackathon, startup competition and challenges, and the level of pitch and project we had today was amazing. So once again, I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart. The quality was like to the roof. Like you put so much effort, so much energy, so much work in everything you've done. It makes me emotional. I'm really proud. No, I'm serious.
I will also be if you continue.
I'm really proud I'm really proud of all of you. Organization is amazing. Guys, Elliot and Simon, we talked about this event a lot. And you manage it like professionals, like you are professionals. Everything was good. The timing was perfect. Seriously, when you organize events such as this one, like being on time having the pitch on time, the question on time. It's like it's something, you know, mashu, as אומרים בארץ. So like, good job, like seriously. And once again, I think, and I want to tell you that each and every one of you can continue their projects, that all project, like seriously, all the startup you presented today are worth going for. Like, it's worth living this adventure. It's worth giving it a try, because seriously, like, you put so much work and effort and energy, and they're all good. Come on, like, go for it. You know, it's worth, like, you're young, like you have like you can do whatever you want, you know, like you just managed to build amazing project in few weeks with people from countries that are like so far apart with different time zone and stuff. Hey, Charlie, now it's day. You know, like if you manage to do so much in such a short time with projects that are so good and that are so different, go for it. You know, spend the next months trying to build this, like, for real, and you'll see you're the next deal. You're the next Alex Bouaziz for sure, or the next Sending Blue. I've no doubt about that. So don't be afraid. This, you know, why people become entrepreneurs? It's most people don't do it for the money, because we know that before getting the 200 millions, like, it's a long way, right? So like, but we go it for the journey. The journey is amazing at every step of the way, and you're only at the beginning. You like the beginning, imagine what the rest is. It's pure energy and emotion and fun and a lot of work, but come on, like once again, like, what you've done in such a short time, it's better than what I see from people working for 2 years sometime. So it's only the beginning of a great adventure, of whom you're the characters, like, and you're the main players. You're already on the field. Play the game. Voila. Woo!
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Really, you almost made me emotional. And yeah, for sure, we were also very, very impressed by you guys. You were amazing, and Jeremy, you're like, you played a big part in making the events run so smoothly and everything. So thank you so much for your help. And by the way, if there is anyone here so next year we're going to expand. I cannot tell you everything because this is not the topic, but we're going to expand. So if you are students, investors, or potential mentors that are here in the room, please reach out to us. I'm going to put the email our email on the chat, and you can send us email if you have any questions on anything, and if you want to know more about our plan for next year.
I'll be there. I'll be there next year for sure.
Also. Thank you so much. Anyone wants to say something, maybe? Do we have another amazing speaker like Jeremy? Actually,
yeah, sorry, Elliot, I know this is a hard time it's always hard this time when the jury is taking longer than usual. And I know, because sometimes, very often, I'm part of this jury taking more time. Any of you guys have questions for the organization, for the mentors? You work really well, and I know that there's a lot of things you want to ask, so go. You know? Do you have any questions on what's next, what you need to succeed and even go further? Or maybe you want to say thank you. Feel free to speak and say out loud what you know, like, thank you. It's always good to hear, not to me, obviously, but you know, to everybody you want to say thank you to the mentors, to something you really like in this weekend. What did you like?
Yeah, before everything comes to an end, I just want to say thank you for the mentors, thank you for the conferences, and thank you, Elliot, Simon. This whole thing has been amazing from the start. It has been a great opportunity, and as you said, it was the best time to start something like this. Now that the world went remote, it was like you hit the nail in the head. It's been such a cool experience. We didn't only get business partners, we also get friends, and like this whole experience, meeting like-minded people, and it's so much stuff to learn, you know. after this is definitely that we are not afraid of building our own startup. And then you know what? As soon as I can, I'll go to France and I'll take a good tequila bottle to celebrate, just the sake of the adventure.
For sure. Our rooftop is waiting for you, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I also want to say, like, Elliot, like the whole team of SNC, you guys are absolute rock stars. Like one of the most amazing experiences I've had in this field. Like, thank you so much. We learned so much from all the mentors and speeches. Can't thank you guys enough, really. Elliot, you're still muted.
And remember, Team 2 always present. Team 2 always present.
Elliot, you're muted.
Elliot, we don't hear you. Still not. Come on.
Oh, sorry. I really need to learn how to use Zoom. I organize events on Zoom, but I cannot use it well. No, I was saying, like, thank you so much, really, and I'm taking all the compliments for everyone. So I'm gonna thank you for the whole team. It was really a pleasure doing this with all of you guys, and thank you also for really, again, to all the mentors, to all the people that help us, like Yael that is gonna speak in a minute, and yeah, I guess it was an amazing adventure, and I really hope that we'll be able to keep in touch and that we'll continue to talk with all the teams right now. So yeah, I just want to say something.
Yes, hi, thank you for having me. I must say I'm intrigued from the very beginning that Simon told me about this project, and it's very impressive to see the result. And I can tell you that I'm the academic head of economics at IDC Herzliya, and I can tell you that one of the things I was intrigued was how all of you came to meet and learned without being forced by grades, by problem sets, by all kinds of rules, and everybody were willing to put the hours, willing to put their best mind into it, which is something that we in academia really want to create. And I was really inspired by this and thought how we can adapt this way of teaching to the new academia. I'm actually really want to learn from you. So great job.
Thank you so much. It's really appreciated, and for sure we'll be in contact next year to plan whatever we can together. And it was a pleasure to work with the administration at LSE. At IDC, it was very pleasant. Anyone else wants to say thank you? No joking.
Thank you.
No joking.
Yeah, Elliot. Look, guys. We thank the jury, we thank the mentors, but we also really value all the network that SNC has built. You guys, you did an amazing, incredible job. Let's connect. Lauren, Santiago, Michael Applebaum. Even if we're not one team, we have actually contacted each other via Instagram and really contribute to each other's project. So it's amazing. Like my father said, Jeremy also said, business is not about money, right? It's about relationship. So it's in the end, it's the network that lasts. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Adio. Really, thanks.
I also would like to say some words. So,
come on,
Elliot, Simon, it was really great. All the support that you gave us. My group faced different difficulties along the journey. As you know, we lost one of our members, but we had your help. So thank you for that. And we also had amazing mentors. It was a great opportunity to attend to every one of the conferences. I think that we learned a lot of things, and it was really inspiring. Even if this idea didn't work out, or I'm sure that we will create something amazing in the future because we are all very passionate about entrepreneurship and innovation.
Thank you again, really, thank you. I just learned that the jury will come in a minute, so I just have to show you a video from our sponsor before. I'm going to put it for 1 minute, and then the jury will come and announce the results. So, and thank you again to all of you guys. Really, it was a pleasure doing this, and I can't wait to organize the next one. I'm gonna miss it in my life. Like I was waking up every morning with the notification on Discord by all their teams, and now I'm going to be working on exams. So Thank you so much. I'm gonna miss everyone here, and thank you. So.
What an extraordinary special thing.
Yeah, the sponsor is Aiming, which is a digital consultancy company, and they are recruiting. So if ever you don't succeed in startup making, maybe you could go there as well.
It is to see what no others can see and take it, this seed of a brilliant thought, and do something new. How do you nurture such an idea? Who can you turn to for the deep expertise that will keep it alive? Allow it to gather strength at every stage of the process. Free your people to focus on what they do best. Where is the know-how on funding or tax that will take it to the next level? The control and visibility when you expand into the next country or the next continent. This great journey of making things possible is innovation. It is our driving inspiration. For more than 30 years, we have kept our clients ahead of the rest. Companies of all sizes trust us to help shape their future. Global giants, mid-sized, emerging, all reap the benefits of our global approach. Now, more than ever, we're inspired to turn humanity's great challenges into our clients' great opportunities to protect your profits by protecting our planet. We make tomorrow better by acting today.
And yeah, that's it. That's the moment, guys.
Okay.
We're missing 2 people. There we go.
Oh, Eran, Amalia. Okay, let's go. So we chose 3, and we are going to start with the third. I have the honor to talk about the third place, if you will. It's the virtual trading challenge. We thought it was a great idea, although there's probably others out there. This really has the chance to give it a different spin, and we really like this. And guys, great work. By the way, great work of everybody. We had a hard time. As you might have noticed, we had to extend the time, and if we had had more time, we will probably go much, much longer. And yeah, that's from me. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much. Do we have a speech, or is?
I go now with the second choice, the number 2. So I first of all, before I tell you who it is, since that's what you really want to hear, I just want to say before that I would like to join Joseph's warm words about all of the presentations. The quality was really, really high. And to me, it was a really good and pleasant surprise. I would like to apologize for being late. There was a scheduling problem and nothing that I could have controlled. So I apologize. I managed to hear everyone starting from the second team, but was not in a position to comment. So the choice for second place is Makrverse, and all of the judges as super geeks were very excited, and you can imagine ourselves using the platform and finding out about great ideas. And we think the business model is challenging and might probably evolve after the team works on generating the initial momentum, creating the community, recurring usage, engagement. It can go in many different directions, but we really like the idea. I think it's super cool and can definitely succeed in going to the next stage.
I just want to step in here a second because I'm seeing the Makrverse team very upset. You need to know all of you were amazing. I think you're missing the point. The reason this took so long is we actually loved all of you. And we had to narrow down to 8, and then 7, then 6, then 3, then 2, then 1. You have to understand this is the way it is. The fact that you made it here means that you're outstanding. And the fact that you made it here to present such amazing presentations in 6 weeks means you're outstanding. And I have to say that nearly all of you, if you were to come and knock on my door, and you're more than invited to come see me, we'll get a meeting. I mean, Joseph really set that as his criteria. So don't look so upset because this is only the beginning. This is not the end. And so just before I pass over to Amalia to give the winner, I'm going to step in and just give a comment about a special company to call out. I want to call out Rentart. You didn't get a ranking in the top 3, but we definitely see an amazing need. We warmly urge you to do some market reviews and market testing. Definitely don't give up because there is a chance, but you have a bit more of a way to go. And I'd almost say to come back to the next competition.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, you wanted to say something, Elliot? No. Okay. Though I will repeat what my co-jurors said. I was very, very impressed by the high quality of the pitches. I can't believe that you did this in only a few weeks. So really congratulations to all of you. I cannot imagine all the amount of work it required and how you mobilize your creativity. It was really, really excellent. So it was very hard to choose the first winner of the competition, and I'm very honored to announce it to all of you. So we decided it would be Genfood. We can feel, yes, congratulations. We are able to feel the need for such a platform, for such an app. What we discussed was that, for example, just me last week, I was ordering on Volt, and I was thinking I keep kosher, and kosher is never memorized in my choices, and my daughter's allergic, and I always have to go through all the options to check that. So there clearly is a need. The question about the business model, there are still also, as we discussed during the pitch, and there is a question, there are still a few things to clarify, but you deserve it. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Really, it was an amazing experience, and we're so glad to hear it from you and your opinion.
Thank you so much. Honestly, one of the most amazing learning experiences I've had. Yeah, and thank you so much to my team and to our mentor Gideon for his support over the past 8 weeks. And yeah, thank you so much.
Well done, honestly, guys. You all have been amazing, and yeah, we are looking forward to hear from you in the next months, especially if you continue your venture. We will be pleased with Elliot and all the Startup Nation Challenge team to follow your ideas and your journey.
Yes, thank you a lot. And also, I cannot more emphasize that, yeah, you did just such an amazing job in only 7 weeks, and knowing that we had classes and exams in the meantime. And I was impressed by all of you guys. So, wow, and really congrats. And for all the persons that were here, if you want to reach out to all the teams and have something to say to you, I'm going to put the email is contact.startupchallenge@gmail.com. And I'll be able to make the bridge with the team, between the teams and you guys. So thank you so much. And really, I was really happy to see so many people. We had more than 170 people today. And congrats to all the winning teams, really.
Can I say something? Just to thank the jury. I totally see why it was a very difficult decision. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your attention. And Makrverse is not gonna disappoint you. We're gonna keep working on it. We really like the product, and we are glad that you liked it. And I really like the criteria of Aaron of saying, would he open the door for us? Well, now let's see how the next round goes, but we're not stopping. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you, Elliot, and great job, everyone. I mean, thank you for friends and family, Startup Nation Challenge, the jury and mentors, Jeremy, Alex, for mentoring us, giving us concrete plans, yeah, not just goals. And thank you for everyone in the team who have worked hard, sleeping at 5 a.m., working hard. So Charlie, Chris, Ferry, great job, guys.
Just again, I would really like to thank again the jury, because you were just amazing, asking some very relevant questions and taking just like 2 hours of your time. I know that you are all very busy persons, and we're honored to have such impressive people at our competition for as judges. So thank you again, really.
Thank you for having us.